Hi everyone, I'm Rick Zanotti with TLDC2016. We are in San Diego, Mission Bay, actually, at the Mission Bay Hyatt. Very nice place. You can see a little bit behind us. That's right, I am with Jennifer LeBrett. She is running, or one of the co-runners of the Reflection Center, which is a very interesting concept. How's that working out?
You know, it's going great. We start off at 7 a.m. in the morning with some journaling, meditation, and this morning we did yoga out on the lawn.
Yeah, we walked right by and you guys were doing yoga, and it looked like you were having fun.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, and yesterday morning I led a journaling practice called the Aha Moment. And it helps people to set their intention for the day, and then they leave with an action affirmation that helps keep them focused on what it is that they want to achieve for the day. So gives them focus.
So this is different. This is very different for a trade show.
Yeah.
What's your feedback so far?
It has been great. We've been really well received. Yeah. People are interested in our biggest challenge at this point has just been communication and communicating more up front with everyone so they are prepared on where we're located and what it is we're doing. So we've learned a lot there about better communication in the future. But it's been going great. I mean, everyone that I've met and connected with, if they haven't been there, they say, "Oh, it's a great idea. I didn't know," or some people, their schedules too conflict with not being able to get up quite that early.
Okay.
And so what we've tried to do is incorporate some other activities throughout the day. For example, we have a table over there with some art supplies for people who can do some art coloring, adult therapy. That's really popular right now. And what we found is that people, I got a tweet last night, or a post in the channel of Slack, how somebody had really spent the afternoon and enjoyed doing the coloring process. Yeah. I've seen a number of other people doing that as well. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, in essence, you guys are taking a lot of current brain neuroscience principles, ideas, research, and you're also applying it to some of the older practices, like you said, journalism, meditation, yoga, and it's an interesting mix for people. Now, you mentioned communication was one thing, getting people to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And how about once they're there, are they reacting well?
Oh, very well. Yeah, very well. And like I said, yesterday morning we had a number of people show up with their journals. They were journaling, and then yesterday they had asked for some yoga this morning as well. And so yeah, I mean, I've had people stopping me in the hallways and asking more about it if they didn't make it. Say, "I heard that you were doing reflection this morning," or "Tell me more about the Reflection Center and how can we find you? How can we engage with what you're doing, because it sounds really cool. We want to learn more about it." And
it's very different, because this is the first trade show in hundreds I've been in my life, if not more, that does something like this.
Yeah, our thinking, and it's not new. It's like you had said, reflection and learning is not a new concept, but it's something that I think has been lost along the way, and bringing it back is what we're doing, bringing back the idea that, no learning really happens unless it's reflected on. And Margie Meacham, my partner in crime in the Reflection Center, she has a background and specializes in the neuroscience of learning. Okay. And so she brings in that piece to talk about how that, how reflective practices enhance the brain.
That's interesting. Now, how did you get into yoga and what you do? Because you're mixing a little bit of the art world, a little bit of the physical part of it. Yeah. What's your background been?
Well, how I got into yoga is I started going, and what kept me going was not the physical exercise piece of it, but the mindful piece of it, the grounding, the spiritual side of it. And my yoga instructor said that's when it really clicks for people, is when they get that part of it. Right. So I kept going back and continued to go back for that piece. What my background and what I'm bringing to this conference and this concept is, how do we nurture the whole person in the workplace and in life. And bringing in some of these other practices helps to integrate not just the sort of the learning, the content that's being delivered, and sort of the activities related to delivering content, but how do we become more mindful, and how do we connect to people's hearts and minds and develop a culture that is supportive around that to nurture these practices so it's more integrative and we're actually supporting the whole person and not just part of, which is kind of more exterior focused behavior, actions. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because when you talk about yoga, a lot of modern day yoga is really slow aerobics.
Right.
They've left out the other side of it. They've gotten very physical, but there's very little of the meditation part. Or I remember I studied yoga when I started when I was about 7 years old. My parents thought I was insane.
Wow.
I'd get up and watch Yoga for Health, Richard Hittleman, and they'd go, a little strange.
Yeah.
He's up at 6 a.m. watching Yoga for Health. And I did that for, 10 years as a kid, and then I got into martial arts. But it was really, to me, it was just really great. As a kid, I thought it was really nice, that quiet time. And they would always talk about the positions, the postures, and then the mind part of it, the soul part, if you will. And so it was really interesting. You don't see that much anymore.
Yeah, it really helps to bring together your outer world and your inner world. There's been a lot of talk at this conference. I've sat in a few sessions where they're talking about virtual reality.
Yes.
And one of the things that I think is fascinating that came to my mind when I was listening to them is, they were talking about the way that virtual reality works is through your eyes. That's the sense that it connects with. And in mindfulness practice and in sort of the reflective practice, what brings us inside is if we close our eyes and we focus on our breath. So it's the opposite,
You're stopping
of
the
virtual
stimulus.
reality.
Yeah.
And so to be more integrated, right, and to really enhance and bring a whole spectrum of experience to our learning, doing both is great.
It is.
There's
is.
the
You're
stimulation.
yin and yang. You've got your yin and yang
Exactly.
going.
So that's what we're striving for.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, Jennifer, good luck at the show. You're still here another day and a half, right?
Yeah, we're still here another day. So I don't know if any of the viewers will be watching this, but if they haven't checked out the Reflection Center, have them hunt me down and we will spend some time together.
It's a good thing. I watched it this morning for about a minute as we were walking by going, that looks fun.
Yeah.
You guys are having a good time.
Yeah.
Well, that's Jennifer LeBrett. She is one of the co-runners of the Reflection Center with Margie Meacham. And definitely make it a point to go down, check it out, get involved with it. That's even better.
We're out under the cabana areas and we're also in here. So, yeah.
That's great.
Oh, one last thing.
Yeah.
We are doing the aha moment on the wall. So any big takeaway that you have from a session, come out, write it down on a Post-it, stick it on the wall, or tweet it. So, yeah, that's what we're doing.
And the wall's over here in this room.
Yep, right over here in
Yep.
the entry. Yeah.
Great.
So, okay.
Sounds good. Well,
Thank
Jennifer, it's such a
you.
pleasure to see you
Great,
again.
Rick. I appreciate it.
And we'll see you soon. Thanks. Good luck at the show.
Thank